I'm starting. Hey everyone, I'm Nathan,
I'm Chris.
and this is the Ad Bros, where each and every week we will review your favorite commercials. So in today's episode, we're going to be doing a
One of your
Workman's Comp
favorites.
Workman's Comp episode. This is a great freeze frame here.
Yeah, we're not at the first of the commercial here, but obviously everyone's favorite, David Daggett.
A military commercial we haven't decided yet, and McDonald's commercial. So three different
You gotta
ones.
like him.
Chris, how are you feeling about today's episode?
Well, this guy is going to be probably about 1,000 times more serious than you and I are going to be. He seems like he's very upset, probably about somebody's back injury. And obviously, military commercials give us lots of fodder, and McDonald's makes extremely healthy food. So it's really not going to be much there,
Right.
but we're going to try.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. So let's take a look at this one here. This is Daggett Schuler, workers' comp. Yeah, Daggett Schuler.
272.
You've been hurt on the job. You're probably worried about
I'm
medical
definitely worried.
Okay, right away, David Daggett. So Daggett Schuler, I think of a lawyer for the Third Reich. That's what comes to my mind right away.
Yeah, he looks like he's Hitler's wet dream, and he looks like he's super upset about, when you were driving the wrong way up the freeway ramp and you ran head onto that car? Well, you should be upset about that, and I'm definitely going to help you. That's David Daggett's message.
Right, David Daggett, he is known for helping those people that tend to not go the right way on freeways.
Exactly.
Now, imagine a workman's comp lawyer in the Third Reich, specifically workman's comp. You're helping all the guys that are fixing like the propaganda signs, if they fall and hurt themselves, maybe they hurt their back.
Sure. Any shoulder injuries from lifting your hand up and doing
maybe like that metal handle on that on the gas chamber, just kind of like he just like twisted his arm a bit, and
for sure,
that's who they help. As
so they're
thousands of
the
people
spawn
go
of
to their
Satan.
death. What's up?
They're the spawn of Satan, obviously.
Right. And so that's Daggett Schuler. And specifically the Third Reich, you get like a 20% discount if you show your little Nazi card.
Oh, I think that's laminated. Is that official?
I'll tell you what, they didn't laminate. They made someone else laminate it for them.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, there it is. Throwing that in there. So that's David Daggett, Daggett Schuler, attorney at law.
Let's see what he has to say.
In your weekly compensation checks, will speak for you.
Speak for me? I don't need you to speak for me.
Yeah, don't speak for me, and also don't show me this expression when you speak for me. Look at this. Look at this face.
Which one?
No, let's go back to that free. There he is. Yeah.
He looks like he's upset. He has a son who doesn't obey him, and he's like, I'm going to take out my anger on you.
Right. No, I could see him having a family for sure. I just wouldn't want to be his son.
No,
I wouldn't want to work. If my dad worked for the Third Reich, I don't know. I wouldn't be very proud of that. I'd be embarrassed, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to show up at school, and you got to tell everybody, yeah, my dad drives a nice car, but obviously he didn't earn it an honest way. My last name is Daggett. There's obviously many things that can rhyme with that could be derogatory.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
I know you don't. That's fine. We'll leave it up to mystery.
Right. Yeah, Daggett. Yeah, that would suck to be his kid for sure. That's pretty traumatizing for like a 9-year-old going through school.
Exactly. How many wives do you think David Daggett's had?
David's been divorced.
What marriage is
he on his third marriage.
Ah, I get it. There you go.
We'll guide you through the workers' compensation process and make sure you.
There he is.
His old Griff.
Griff Schuler.
It's like a bass.
He does,
Griff
dude.
Fisherman Schuler.
That's a familiar face you've made before many times, right?
I don't know what you mean by that, but maybe when I'm yelling out, I'm amazing.
You do it with an O face?
That's the end. It's like you got to really hit the landing on the amazing.
We've got your back. We'll fight to
get
you all the benefits you deserve. Call us now for.
How trustworthy would you want to go to a law firm that clearly has ties to the Third Reich?
Griff and David.
Yeah, Griff Schuler, dude, that sounds like Hitler's right-hand man.
What do you think what's his real name? That's a shortened version of something, right?
Griffin?
Yeah, I guess. Griffin. That's a really white
that's
name.
a bird.
Jesus.
That's a bird.
Yeah, the old Griffin. So yeah, he's gonna get you everything you deserve and more. They're gonna fight for you. What are they like in court? What are they saying in front of the judge, do you think?
I don't know. Why would you have to fight for this type of thing? Who are you fighting? I guess you're fighting the companies that don't want to shell out the insurance money.
And the insurance companies. I think you're fighting insurance companies and the company who covers you is like, hey, we got you. Oh, well, you got injured. Well, what if you just stayed at home and didn't get any money and you were hurt and couldn't work? Wouldn't that be okay? And Griff and David are like, no.
Yeah, their job is to not pay out. Like they don't want to pay out.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we're going to promise you the maximum. But then when it comes time, it's like, well, what about the minimum? You good with that, right? Like, wait a minute. You talked about the maximum. Like, nah, we're going to give you the minimum. And Griff and David are like,
funny.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Like you pay premiums every single month. And when the time comes for you to do your job, you're like, well,
not so much.
We're going to find a way where we don't have to do our job. And
1,000% is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
To the fullest extent they're able to legally, that is exactly what they'll do. But you got Griff. Old Griffey. Yeah,
Griff Schuler, David Daggett. They're here to serve you.
Now tell me this. What do you think whenever they were setting this law firm up and they were fighting on whose name was first? Daggett is probably the better lawyer. Is that what we're thinking here? Because he got his name up front.
I think that Schuler is what turns most people off. They think of only one thing. That's Hitler.
Yeah. And I think that's what they decided is like, hey, listen, you remind me a lot of this one guy who was obviously a war criminal. However, I still think you're a good lawyer. What if we put your name second to compensate?
Right. Like, it didn't test well. We'll say that much.
Yeah. Didn't test well with audiences who drive the wrong way up freeways or get injured on the job because they weren't looking where they were going.
Right. Yeah. Like hammering a nail into a piece of wood breaks his thumb. It's like, I need workman's comp. And I need to sit on my ass and watch daytime TV for multiple weeks in a row.
It's all that's on daytime TV. So much show. It's actually a really good idea that eventually they were like, why don't we just have judge shows on too? Because eventually these people are going to be in court with Schuler and Daggett. Oh, sorry. Daggett and Schuler. Yeah. And so we might as well just put these courtroom shows on. There are a million of those. Like I work during the day, but when I happen to be around a lot of people that have the TV on, and it's all judge shows, bro. It's all judge shows. It's crazy. And they're all fucking terrible.
Yeah, they're all bad. There's really only certain types of people that watch those shows.
People that get injured. I'm sorry for you people. I really hope that you can take that nail out of your thumb, but
I'm not sorry.
Well, Nathan's not, but I feel for you because I don't like to put a nail in my thumb. However, change the channel. Streaming's doing amazing things these days. Might want to check that out. A lot less judge shows.
I mean, you could always watch Maury or Dr. Phil.
You could. So that's the genius of it is like you go through the trauma in the morning and all the psychological turmoil, and then in the afternoon they get you to the therapist. This is all on television. It's pretty smart.
Wow.
You're going through all the trials and tribulations of the morning. You can't get the nail out of your thumb. You're upset about the judge's ruling on this TV show. You see a commercial for Schuler and Daggett. And then in the afternoon, they're like, listen, talk to Dr. Phil. How do you feel right now? It's pretty good.
Damn. That's definitely intentional for sure.
No doubt about it.
He's about to say the word fuck. Let's see.
Looks like
help.
Oh.
Call Daggett Schuler at 724-1234 for a free consultation.
They have offices in 2 convenient locations.
It's always too convenient. It's like, maybe it's convenient for you. You work there. Like, what about for me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, these are really convenient. Well, how do you figure that? Well, Daggett lives in Winston-Salem and Schuler lives in Greensboro, so it kind of works out. It's like, but I don't fucking live in those towns. I live in Charlotte. What do I do? Well,
yeah, look at this Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. But what are they posting on social media?
That's going to be our next episode is figuring out what's going on in Daggett and Schuler's YouTube page and seeing if we can't help them. We're going to be like the YouTube workers' comp for their YouTube page.
Daggett and Schuler.
Pretty
Attorneys
good.
at law, Hitler's right-hand men. What do you think overall? Would you, if you had a workman's comp injury, would you feel convinced to go to them?
Well, just on like commercial like quality, it's like you can't measure it against like a Nike commercial. It's just like not fair, you know. But like, is it hit the target message? And they're all the same, right? Like all those commercials, clearly whoever is like directing them, Jesus Christ, they're directors of these commercials, which just makes me really sad. But
there's definitely directors.
The message is like, listen, just be super strong on point. Like we stand up, we do this, we fight this, and like get out. Like that's all of them are like that.
Right.
Every now and again you get the big team of their like whole law office waving. Don't fucking wave at me. I don't need you to wave at me.
Let me do it again.
What do you say? Oh, yeah. You got to have the
turn,
back turn. Daggett's on the left, Schuler on the right. Can you go back to back, guys? They're like, what if we faced each other and like kissed? They're like, no. We don't Daggett. Don't try to kiss Schuler. Just go cross your arms and just Daggett. Stop trying to kiss him. Just go kind of like back to back.
His name is Daggett.
Yeah, Daggett likes Schuler. That's like an open secret in the Daggett and Schuler law firm.
And we will work for you.
Right? Me. And the person at home's like, Jesus, I've never had anybody point at me on TV before. I'm important.
Right. No, it's him.
This is going to work.
Well, thank you, Daggett.
Thanks, guys. Wow.
So we have a few to choose from here. Let's go ahead and open up this.
Let's go impromptu. What are you thinking?
I'll go with Air National Guard.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for a part-time job that'll help pay for college? Consider.
Do you like to risk your life for very little money?
They're just going through and doing all of his accounting for him, and he's realizing, like, what are numbers? Do I want to know what numbers are? Maybe I should join them.
No, you don't want to know what numbers are, little Billy.
You
just want to make sure you risk your life for us.
Consider one that can do that and a lot more. The Air National Guard.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be flying planes, buddy.
Got the Montgomery GI Bill.
You know the criteria you have to fly a plane? You're just sitting at your kitchen table going, I think I'll fly a plane. I'm sure it's fucking harder than that.
That's how it works, though. That's how you reel them in.
Give me the step-by-step of how you go from a kitchen table to flying a plane. What do you think the steps are in this commercial's idea?
What is this anyway? He's looking at his tuition, and then they're going to, I guess, if he joins the Air National Guard, he gets to save all that money, right? That's how it works?
That's it. That's the deal.
But he already has a tuition. What if are they going to pay for it for him?
They'll pay it back.
They'll pay it back.
For sure.
You should join.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, are you considering this?
Yeah.
More. The Air National Guard.
It's like a big party. Everyone's just dancing around choreographed moves.
It's got to be difficult.
It's very difficult, but it's going to be fun.
We've got the Montgomery GI Bill and a special cash bonus that can help get you through college.
How much do that cash bonus is?
These quick cuts, it's just like boom, 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 boom.
So this was in 2000, a time when we didn't have smartphones and our attention spans were clearly longer because they haven't had something to divide it so much more.
Right.
But they're still doing these quick cuts that they do today.
It is pretty quick. It's almost too quick. That turn of the century Y2K time period, I guess everything's like supposed to be really fast and crazy and technologically advanced.
It's the new age.
The new age. So I guess what are they working on here? I mean, I guess so as soon as he arrives, he gets to start working on planes. That's how it works?
Absolutely. Don't you feel comfortable knowing that you could be in, not this plane obviously, but this guy with all the experience we know is that he's been to a school, has debt, and has a kitchen table. That's as much as we know.
But that qualifies him to work on planes, right?
So kitchen table purchases qualifying you to be able to work on a plane.
Well, he can look at documents that have numbers on them and kind of look perplexed.
Sure. I feel very comfortable that he would be like possibly operating on a plane that I'll be in. Look at that guy down there. He knows how to buy a kitchen table. Okay, let him fix the technical issues on this plane.
Yeah,
sign him up. Scary.
Get it going. Let's take a look here.
Put you on course for an impressive full-time job.
See that guy pointing? Hold on, he's pointing at something. It was really important.
He had the gun. What did he do?
Here, watch this guy right there. That guy. Watch.
What's
like,
he
oh,
pointing
there's
at,
a lot
you
of
think?
stuff under here. You know what this is? I don't know. And then moves to this guy. He's pointing at something that's just really authoritative and looks like he knows a lot.
Put you on course for
Right there. It's like, did you see that
There's
point?
one more point, right? He's like, yeah, look up there. Sorry.
that can put you on course for an impressive.
Yeah, I love
There, right there, that guy.
I love that. It was just like that thing. He's not pointing at anything.
So does this guy work at the library or does he work for planes? Like, I'm really confused.
No, I think he's going down to the library to sign up to work on planes. Maybe that's how it worked.
She
back
works
then.
there.
It's 2000. I don't know how it worked back then.
She works there.
I know his shirt's really oversized though. Let's take a look.
The Air National Guard.
That thing's big.
Yeah, that's a pretty big shirt.
They wore a lot of white. We did that too in the 2000s. A lot of white undershirts.
For sure. Did you do the thing where you had like the white long sleeve undershirt underneath like the short sleeve shirt that was a different color than white?
Yep, you had to.
Yeah. And it's like these fashion decisions you make then, you think it's good, and then you look back and you go, what happened? And that's going to happen our entire lives. This shirt I'm wearing now is going to be a piece of shit in like 3 years. And I'm voluntarily wearing it right now.
Like 3 minutes, for sure.
Well, give it a little break, dude. I spent $7 on this shirt.
Yeah, remember those purple track suits that you wore when you're like 5 years old?
Yes.
Yeah.
But those decisions were being made for me.
Right.
The white undershirt, also retrospectively a bad decision,
right,
was my decision.
Right. With hair like gel, very short bangs. It was like really rigid.
And then definitely parted in the middle, which is a great choice, right?
Part in the middle, very short, not even a fade, just like a straight razor like that on both sides.
I remember the long hair on top of the shaved hair, and then underneath
that was
I would
parted in the
do
middle.
like basketball numbers.
Right.
So like cool, if the coolest is 10,
right.
Basketball numbers
like
shaved into a head would be like what, like 12?
12, 13.
Just right above 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
The decisions you
that
make.
hair that you
like,
had, it would be parted down the middle and both sides shaved underneath, and when you would run, it would flop up and down. Like
absolutely. And mom, it wasn't like
mom's like
it's like, couldn't you let me know this is an awful, awful decision? Like the decision this guy's making to risk his life for debt being.
He wants to work on planes. He saw a commercial just like this. He's like, hey, I got all this tuition debt. Why not? Let me go and dedicate my life for the next 4 years to a plane.
If you were to make a real commercial of what he's actually going to have to go through, what would the commercial look like other than him just pointing on a runway to his friends? It's going to be harder than that.
Oh, I don't know. Air National Guard, I have no idea what their training's like. I mean, I can imagine it's probably difficult, but they'll end up working in an air-conditioned trailer after a while anyway. Same stuff. They're not working on planes.
No, not working on a plane. Not happening.
Especially not this guy. Look at his face. He has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know where he's at right now.
He just knows his shirt is too big and that we're going to be making fun of him in 19 years.
It's money for college and fuel for your future. Call 1-800-2GO-AMG.
Wow.
Look at that logo. That's really going places.
Fuel your future, Air National Guard. 1-800-2GO-ANG.
Look at that website, goang.af.
AF.ml. No.
This is fucking old as shit, dude. That would be a .gov now, right? And .af is like a completely different index.
Extension. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what did I say?
You said index.
Oh, I meant extension.
You mean like a domain extension?
Yeah, obviously, dude. I'm very technically savvy.
Right.
That.
.af.mil. What is that? Milwaukee?
I listened. What's that?
Milwaukee?
Military. Don't be a turkey.
Military.
.af.
Going as fuck.
.af is actually an extension. Like, well, I listened to a commercial the other day, and it was like, what was the commercial for? It was like, no, it was like not www, like visit comfortable.af for your free whatever.
Comfortable.af.
Visit in Maine, like on Conan's show.
That's smart.
Conan's podcast?
I like his podcast.
He does the advertisement for Mizzen in Maine.
Oh, I love Mizzen in Maine.
And
that's what it is.
Their website's like I think it's like comfortable.af or something.
Oh,
like that.
I didn't know that. That's smart. Yeah, Mizzen in Maine. He always says it with like it's like some sort of Irish
pirate Irish thing. It's
Mizzen in Maine.
He crushes. He crushes, dude. And when I listen to those ads,
have you listened to the Paul Rudd episode?
What's that?
Paul Rudd episode.
Amazing episode. One of my favorites.
So good. When they were going through the different types of drinks, he wants to become a mixologist. Do you remember that? Yeah. Conan was just off the fly. He just comes up with such good. One of his was a Mulgravy's crutch. You want a Mulgravy?
I heard that.
Very good.
And you can just see they're so good at it back and forth because I think Paul, like his like past his like improv stuff. You can just see they're just boom, they're on it. They're both genius, like when it comes to that stuff.
Both very funny. Like once they become mixologists, and no one ever knows. Like when someone arrives at your home and right away, you can tell right away they're going to ask for some sort of complicated drink. You just know it. You do. He just points to the bar. You do.
Money now.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I was laughing a lot. It was great.
That's pretty good. So what do you think of this commercial, huh?
Air National Guard, boring, stupid, a lot of quick cuts. This guy clearly has no idea what he's getting into. He's just trying to save some money.
Cost you in the long run, bro.
But every military commercial, I feel like they sell it well, and they make it look like it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be doing lots of interesting things, when in reality, the majority of it's not at all.
Can't be. And, let's just say that your 7-year-old cousin could have absolutely made that logo, right? Like, come on. You have military money at your disposal. You can't make a better fucking logo.
Right. It's bad. It's very bad.
It's really bad. I think it's
really
a fucking plane.
This is also those commercials like in 200 PX or whatever.
It's really not good.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go try this McDonald's. We'll do all these are pretty old commercials, but let's just take a look and see what we can figure out.
Let's see which one's the least racist.
Oh, shit. That's an interesting alarm sound.
Yeah. That is old school. That guy's super excited. Puts the clock right up his nose.
Oh,
stepped
on the rubber ducky.
Oh, man.
Look at his face.
God damn kids. Ooh. Gotta get a shave in, John.
At McDonald's, we know how you feel.
Wow. What is this?
At McDonald's, you know how I feel. You don't know how I feel.
At McDonald's, we know how you feel in the morning, so we serve you fast, so you can eat your breakfast nice and slow.
Are you fucking kidding? People sat down to eat breakfast in the 70s.
They did. That was a thing back then.
What the fuck am I looking at, too? What is he eating?
I paused it there for a second. I don't know what I'm looking at.
What am I looking at?
It looks like...
Let's see if we can identify each piece.
So orange juice, coffee, cream, I think. This is eggs. I want to say this is like an English muffin.
To be honest, I think that does look like an English muffin. Those eggs, what chicken produced that? That looks fucking awful.
A chicken that Ronald...
Cage-free?
Yeah, Ronald raised it himself.
Cage-free, farm fresh, pasture raised.
Ronald Fresh,
a level above farm fresh.
Yep.
Caring for the animal, making sure that it's massaged once a day and just really cared for.
Right. Ronnie would do something like that.
It's
interesting though. It's like you have the breakfast we've seen today coming out of McDonald's didn't look like this. This looks slightly healthier than you would see today. It's like drizzled in syrup. There's so much butter on it. This, you can't really tell, but it looks healthier. It looks simpler.
You know what? Yeah, it does look simpler. And you know what's else is noticeable, which makes sense, is that the meals now are like a McGriddle, right? It's all in one thing. You can
because they have to go.
Exactly. It's like you're sitting down. She knows how you feel. So essentially what she's saying is, We're going to serve you quickly so you can eat slowly. It's like, how quick could it be? I got to go to fucking work.
So you can eat your breakfast nice and slow.
And then they sing it.
Well, that was, there we are.
Yeah, he's biting right in.
Wow, look at this.
She's biting in too. They all are biting in. He's reading the paper while he's doing it. He must have been at McDonald's
that's a
for
good
fucking
point
hour.
about, they make everything portable now. And back then, the selling point was slow. We want you to eat slow here.
You know what's wacky is I was in London like a few months ago, and I had never been to Europe at all. And like in London, like all of the food seems extremely portable. Like all of it. It's all designed around like going. I didn't think the city was any more fast paced. It didn't seem as even fast paced as New York, but like the food was all like mobile, to go, quick, small food.
Right. That's interesting.
So, and this is like a full on meal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's clearly a selling point back then for anyone that visits a McDonald's. They want to eat slowly, but the food needs to come quickly.
And then it's going to leave you quickly because
they show each and every one of they show 2 white people, 1 black person.
That's exactly right. They do everything for me.
What
did he say? I interrupted.
We do it all for you.
What did he say? He seems very pleased with himself. What the fuck did he say?
What a nice way to wake up. Going to McDonald's.
Jesus. Can you imagine now?
Zoom in and zoom out. Watch.
What a nice way to wake up.
Wow. That's so fucking weird.
So what do you think the other lines would have been that they ran through before they got to that one? Like, what was the director saying?
We do it all for you. Man.
You don't do everything for me.
No, you don't.
You definitely don't. So what were the other lines, do you feel like, that they were saying, well, what kind of lines should we work on here to say you got to end the commercial on a really good note? It's going to make you shit yourself. It's like, oh, John, I don't know what that line. We got to have another line. What would be another line you think they would say?
Yeah, come down to McDonald's. We'll lock the doors. You can never leave. Something like that. Yeah, it's a little long, but.
Do you like to be kidnapped?
Right. Like,
we got to workshop it a little bit, Bill. We got to workshop it. We got to workshop it, Doug. I don't know.
Notice the sideburns. The sideburns are there.
The sideburns are there. They're nice and crisp at the bottom. He had time to shave his face, step on a rubber ducky, be hurt, and still make it to McDonald's before work happened. To me, he woke up at like 2 a.m. and somehow the sun was up.
Who is this? How many McDonald's have you been to and you've seen a woman that looks like this?
Can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
0.
0 times.
0 times. Definitely not that friendly. Definitely not the empathy that's coming through her voice. Like,
right.
Hey, listen, I know you stepped on a rubber duck this morning. That sucks.
Yeah, McDonald's has always been the cure for rubber duckies. Always.
Exactly. Obviously. Where do you think that rubber ducky came from?
His stupid kid that doesn't understand that he needs McDonald's right now, and it's in the way.
It's in the way.
It's in the way.
Awful.
Well, McDonald's, not bad. I want to review more of current commercials. I don't like the older ones as much.
Yeah, I do feel like there's like some fodder in them. I think it's kind of fun every now and again. But yeah, I think the new ones too are easier to work with, and probably our vast amount of viewers have seen them.
Oh yeah,
like no one's seen this commercial.
No. A little obscure, a little rare. So went through a Workman's Comp commercial, Air National Guard, McDonald's. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Make sure you like and subscribe. Anything else, Chris, before we jump off here?
No, just make sure that your tuition is paid for by the government, and that if you get hurt, you know who to call, and that when you're hungry, you know where to go.
Comment below. If you have any ideas for more commercials, we can review them. All right.
Only positive comments, obviously.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.